It's Week 9 in the National Football League. The Jaguars host the AFC East champs, but it's their first home game in Jacksonville since Week 5. The Bills and Jags are coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The Jacksonville offense getting ready to begin this first drive, and at the helm, the #1 overall pick back in April, Trevor Lawrence, the rookie out of Clemson.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. And remember, they've had their open week already, so this could be a straight shot all the way from here on out. To me, the best coaches, they tell their teams, hey, I'll take care of you during the week. You just leave it all out there on game day, and I'll make sure you're ready for the next one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
It's got to feel great for the Bills franchise to know that they're set up for the future with number 17 at the helm. They don't have to worry about draft choices. They don't have to worry about free agency. They have their quarterback. And the passing attack as a team, second only to the Chiefs in 2020. And how about Josh Allen? Guided the Bills to their first playoff win since 1995 last season. And his completion percentage in the last 3 years has gone from roughly 53% to 69% last season.
And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Gets by him at the 25, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And when I was reviewing the stats from last week's game, I actually had to put them down and come back to them later because what I read at first, I thought it was a typo or a misprint. One thing to hold someone under 100 yards in a game, that's incredible. Under 50, absolutely exceptional.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. To the air, Allen escaping the pressure right. Oh, some strong running. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. On 4th down, on is the former Dolphin Matt Hawk to punt for Buffalo, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now out come the Jags. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Lawrence to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense, but a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. And this one is incomplete.
I thought this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Allen. Steps away. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Allen going to keep it again. And they can't bring him down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Miles Jack working free that time to take him down. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. They run here with Singletary. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. His 7th rushing touchdown, 11th overall. And the Bills will extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you can...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
A.J. Epinesa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Lawrence giving to Etienne here on the option.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. And down to the 20. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go.
And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
If you rank 1 from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Allen, he's going to go up top for the end zone.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
Dawson Knox with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And it is now 21-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Cam Newton's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Todd Gurley has a touchdown run. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And a big reason why they have this big lead, the running game. They're over 100 yards as a team, and it's been the catalyst for this offense. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out of the locker room. We're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back upstate to Jacksonville. And Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
A throw over the middle taken in, and they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Allen now on first down. Buying time to his left. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, 27 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Bass on for the extra point.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now Lawrence.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Bills to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Singletary to get the drive started. They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
61 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Allen.
A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. Touchdown, Bills. That's caught. Stephon Diggs. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bills open the lead up to 34-0.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Rookie Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguar offense ready to take over. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down, ETN once more. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jaguars on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Taking it about the 16. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills ready to take over. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Singletary. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Let's go, baby.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And Diggs has it. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Singletary. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Right back to Singletary on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll look to run with Moss. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There we go, baby. There we go.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Singletary. And some room to work. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Let's do it.
And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Buffalo, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets.